If you like the blush and the blush draping, this is the makeup video for you because I have created a very seamless blush draping makeup look. If you like it, please keep on watching the video. So I have washed my face and applied my moisturizer and all the skincare. I'm going on with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I am about to finish this bottle. It's a beautiful foundation for the monsoon because it's waterproof, it is sweat proof, and I'm applying it with a dotting method. It's very simple. All you have to do is to dot your foundation all across your face so that you can have a beautiful even finish. As you can see, I'm just pouring down the foundation onto my fingers and applying it. It's so easy, right? So this one is the Real Techniques foundation brush. For those people who keep asking me about the brushes, let's dive into it. I'm using number 200 brush from Real Techniques to blend out the foundation. It's a dome buffing brush and I'm just applying the foundation and simultaneously buffing it out. As you can see, once I have applied the foundation all over, I start to buff it around in a very small circular motion. Even on the forehead, I have to apply my foundation in a very strategic manner so that it doesn't go into my brows and it gets applied all over my forehead. And I know I'm using and everywhere, but oh my god, this is the word that I'm stuck with today. As you can see, my foundation is completely blended and I have got some redness that we are going to cover up with a concealer, and you can literally see my foundation shade is completely matching all over my body, and this is why I love it. Moving on to the concealer, I'm using Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Sugar Biscuit. And I'm applying the concealer in the inner corners so that we can blend it out. And onto the forehead, I need to highlight my face today because I'm going intense with the look. So concealer on the sides of the nose as well as onto the lower chin, and I'm also highlighting my outer corners. Oh, this one is also the Real Techniques brush. It's a small buffing brush that I'm going to strategically blend out the concealer in its own place. I'm not going to drag it outwards or anywhere else. I'm just going to blend my concealer in a way that I highlight my whole face, especially the central part of my face. For the forehead, if you can literally see, I'm making a small inverted C with the concealer. I'm going to do the same with the contour. And for the eyes, as you can literally see, my lower lashes are not getting the concealer. I'm going below the lower lashes because I don't want my eyes to look small and tiny. So avoid that area at any cost, okay? And now is the time for Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. As you can see, I have used and abused it. I love this palette. Now look at the area where I'm putting the contour. As you can see, I have got a shade over there and I'm putting the contour in the exact place. I'm showing you the cut of my face, and that's where I am going to put the contour so that my face looks very chiseled, okay? And for the jaws, I have constantly told you have to put the contour below the jaws, not on the jaws, not above the jaws, okay? That brush is from Pack Cosmetics and it's a very flat brush which is usually used for the contours. Sometimes I use it for applying the foundation, but I'm not setting the rules over here. You might be wondering why my contour is low placed, because my cheeks are above and I'm not placing it above the cheeks because I'm going to apply the blush onto my cheeks. Welcome to the chiseled face era. As you can see, I have made a big C on my forehead and I literally blend it out in a second, and whatever is left on the brush, I'm just running across the nose so that I can have a contoured nose, which I don't need it, but I'm doing it. Now I'm taking the same foundation brush to blend out everything. This is the key. You guys, if you miss this step, your face is gonna look very, very bad. Let me tell you that. So you need to blend out everything together with the same foundation brush because you don't need a distinct line of a contour and a concealer on your face, okay? Anyway, let's set the base with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, my favorite powder in the world. Hey, don't forget to get rid of your fine lines first and then set your under eyes. And look at the face. Isn't it looking so good? Now I'm again trying to get rid of the fine lines and setting with the setting powder and the whole face because it is going to be a long day. I don't want my foundation to move around. Moving on to the eyebrows, I'm using the same Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade dark brown, and I'm using the spoolie to lift up the hair, and now I'm placing or just filling up the brows with the dip brow pomade. And as you can literally see, there's nothing special happening into my brows because it's a very boring thing to do, but it's very essential. Okay, sometimes I whistle, okay? And there is a little mishap with the brows, but who cares? Let's move on with the eyes. I'm using the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. I don't remember the name, but I'll list it down below. But I have hardly made a dent in the palette, but let's see how it goes at the end of the year. I'm using a very dusty, dirty rose shade, starting to place it above the crease and then slowly moving towards the inner corners. As you can literally see, I'm creating a windshield wiper motion and I'm blending the whole shadow onto my crease and above the crease area, and I'm connecting with the lashes. And don't forget your lower lashes because it is very much required when you are placing the same shadow onto the lower lashes. Now, can you spot that bump onto my crease? Yeah, that's a muscle, okay? That's a muscle which I cannot move it. But that's the thing that makes my eyeshadow patchy in that particular area. So, what to do? Okay, I'm using a smudging brush to apply the highlighter onto my inner corners, and oh my god, I love the shade. It's so beaming and it's so amazing. It looks like I've put the light into my inner corners, like literally. I'm extending the same highlighter shades onto my lower lashes as well so that my eyes look very cohesive, okay? I'm not going to put anything into my middle lids because I'm going to keep it bare and rare. Moving on to the cheeks, I'm using benetint. It's my favorite tint in the world. And you can literally see I'm halfway through and I am aiming to finish it at the end of the year. Okay, now you are going to see the power of benetint. We have already applied the setting powder and you can literally see it is getting blended without becoming patchy, and that's why I love benetint. There is nothing in this world which can beat benetint because I have tons of cheek tints, okay? So please take my word, benetint is the best in the world. Actually, it wasn't made to make your cheeks red. It was meant for something else. We all know about that, okay? I'm not going to put it out in words, but we all know. Anyway, they have come up with new shades in benetint. I'm going to try all of them because it's my favorite tint, you know. Now this is the star of the show. This is Pilgrim's Spanish Collection Blush Duo in the shade Flamenco Pink. I was sent this product as PR just to find how amazing this is. There are really good points that I want to highlight in today's video, and it's not sponsored, by the way. First of all, let's talk about the brush. I'm using the brush from Pro Art. It's a natural hair brush which is good for powder blushes application. Today I'm going to do blush draping technique, which I'm going to connect the blush with the eyeshadow, and it is going to create a beautiful finish that it looks like that I have draped my whole makeup look in a blush. It looks aesthetically pleasing in camera, in photos or in videos. It looks amazing. So I thought for a blush draping I need to have a pigmented blush so that I can easily apply the whole blush onto my cheeks as well as drag it towards the temple so that the eyeshadow and the blush gets mixed up onto the temple and it looks beautiful. So when I have applied lots of blush on my face, I need a bronzer to balance out the whole look. I'm using Bobbi Brown Illuminating Bronzer in the shade Bali Brown. And I'm using Pro Art Angular brush to apply the bronzer. And it's the same natural hair brush which sometimes disperse on my face, but that's not the problem. The thing is that the brush bristles pick up the powder in such a beautiful manner and it deposits the powder in a seamless manner. It looks amazing. Anyway, I'm applying the bronzer all over the place where I have applied the contour so that my face looks little warm and contoured and sun-kissed. Now I'm making a button nose by just cutting to make it look like button. And now I'm using a eyeshadow buffing brush. I don't know where it is from, but it's a very normal brush and I'm applying the bronzer onto my crease area so that the whole face look cohesive, you know. There's a blush, there is a blush kind of an eyeshadow and a bronzer. Everything looks cohesive. So I'm putting the bronzer onto my crease area as well as connecting to the lashes, the upper lashes as well as onto the lower lashes and blending it all together. I'm using the eyeliner from Lakme. It's an Insta gel black eyeliner and I'm creating a very small wing. You know, when you are adding a wing eyeliner, the whole look looks lit. I mean, it looks like you have put lots of effort in creating whole makeup look, but it's basically just a winged eyeliner that creates the difference. Do you agree on this theory? Just comment down below if you agree, or even if you don't, then let me know what creates the winged eyeliner makeup looks outstanding. Also, I'm missing that Arabic eyeliner look. That's in some time I'm going to create that look because I was addicted to that look, and these days I'm just creating small winged eyeliner onto the outer corners. I'm using Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. The mascara wand has a very interesting shape. It helps you in flicking up the lashes. I'm going to show you how I create huge lashes along with, you know, the curling motion of the lashes. I do it with the wand itself. This kind of a mascara wand is really good in curling up the lashes and give lots of volume if you want it. And if you want lengthening mascara, I would suggest you go for L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, which I'm going to buy it in sometimes. Also, I'm going to try telescoping mascara as well. Moving on to the highlighter, I'm using the highlighter from the shade and Illuminate from Tom Ford Beauty, and this is one of the best wet kind of a formula for highlighters. I mean, just look at that. I can literally see my skin is looking wet on the area where I'm putting this highlighter, and this is one of the best and the most expensive highlighter out in the world. If you are a fan of wet highlighters, try this Tom Ford or the Chanel highlighter stick, which I'm going to apply in the next video. And these are those highlighters that doesn't give you the shimmery look, but it gives you the wet kind of a look onto your face. They are sticky, but they look wet onto your face, and they do not go away in, you know, few hours. They remain there for as long as you keep the makeup. That's my experience with it. Sometimes I do apply the powder highlighter onto this wet Tom Ford highlighter, but today I'm just keeping it bare because I have applied lots of blush, so I'm gonna keep it very minimal in terms of highlighter. Now again, I'm using the setting powder that I'm applying it onto my T-zone, and I'm simultaneously buffing everything onto my face so that it looks amazingly blended all together, as well as setting it again for the last time so that I don't have to touch it up for the rest of the day. Using the tissue paper to wipe out the lips is a very must thing if you're using a lip oil and you want your lips to be very prepared. I'm using Nykaa pH changing lip oil. I'm constantly using it, but it doesn't seem to get, you know, used up completely. I'm halfway through and just look at the lips that it gives me. Yeah, I don't like it onto my lips for long because the idea of lip oil doesn't resonate with me. Anyway, I'm just trying to, you know, take the mascara mess that I've created around my eyes, and I'm just using the spoolie and scraping of the mascara once it's dried out and it doesn't leave much of the residue. Sometimes it does, but doesn't matter, right? Okay, our makeup is done now, and this is the face that I have created with the blush draping technique. And it looks very simple, but in camera it looks amazingly beautiful. I mean, I'm dancing all the way through because I absolutely loved it. And this is the look that I can carry any given day. It is only for those people who admire the blush and the way the blush makes their face look amazingly healthy and beautiful. So that's it. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.